Hello and welcome in, you guys. We got One Piece chapter 1138, brief spoilers. You know what time it is. We're here to talk about the upcoming chapter of One Piece. If you haven't read the spoilers yet, I will be linking them down below, and shoutouts to Pewpiece as per usual. He's the one who provides all these spoilers over on Twitter. And yes, we got a hell of a chapter here this week. So I'm just gonna cut straight to the chase. But Shamrock's is sounding really freaking crazy. So we get confirmation in this chapter that he is not an evil clone. He is, in fact, Shanks's older brother. And they are twins. So they're twins. This is Shanks's older brother. So there's a good chance that he just popped out of the womb like a minute earlier than Shanks, which is kind of funny to think about. But yes, we get that confirmation here. I don't know who brings it up in the conversation. It looks like Shamrock, Gunko, and Loki are still conversating to an extent, because Shamrock in this chapter actually attacks Loki. So Loki's still around, so maybe Loki brings it up saying, hey, you look like Shanks, and then Shamrock explains their relationship. But yes, that takes place. But what's more interesting is how Shamrock attacks Loki. Because he doesn't punch him. No. Shamrock actually uses his sword to attack Loki. Well, Sai, why is that so strange? Why is that so hype? Well, it's because his sword has a damn devil fruit. How long has it been since we have seen an honest-to-God weapon with a devil fruit? If I recall correctly, I could be missing something in filler or just some random side character, but the last prominent character in One Piece that had a weapon that ate a devil fruit was Spandam of CP9, back in Enies Lobby, right? Spandam had Funk Freed, which is a sword that ate the elephant no Mi, and then going farther back in Alabasta, we had Lasso, which was a rocket launcher that had the dog no Mi. So the fact that Shamrock is joining that prestigious group is insane. And bro, this devil fruit is no joke. It's no gag, because his sword has a Cerberus devil fruit. The three-headed dog that guards the gates of hell. Yep, that is right. We got the Cerberus fruit finally in One Piece. And the reason I say finally is because ever since, dude, this is a long-running theory. You can go back decades at this point, and you will find this theory written in ancient text. You'll find this on 4chan even. But people, for the longest time, speculated that maybe Blackbeard had a Cerberus devil fruit because of his Jolly Roger. His Jolly Roger has 3 skulls, Cerberus is a 3-headed dog, so people kind of try to make that correlation. They're like, oh, maybe that's what Oda's trying to tell us there. So that is why people have been looking forward to the Cerberus fruit for all this time. But it is not Blackbeard who got it, it is Shamrock's sword! And I love it. I love that his sword has a mythological devil fruit, because this perfectly matches his younger brother Shanks, who has a sword that is named Griffin. And of course, whenever Shanks uses the Kamusari, or at least, you know, in the anime and of course in Film Red, but when he uses those attacks, man, a Griffin appears out of it. So yeah, Oda's going really hard, bro, and I am absolutely loving it. What I really like about this too, you know, hype aside, is the fact that this also brings back the question of how do inanimate objects eat devil fruits in the first place? We learned about this all the way back in Alabasta, and they kind of hinted that, you know, Navy scientists figured out the formula, and then we heard about it again at Enies Lobby, and we just assumed that that person was Vegapunk, because let's be real, who else would have the knowledge and know-how on how to do this other than Vegapunk? And then we hit Egghead Island 2 years ago, and Vegapunk never explained how inanimate objects can eat devil fruits. But here we are. Now that Oda is bringing that back into the equation and Vegapunk is on this island, I think it's about time we figured it out. Of course, I don't think the revelation will be all that big. It's probably something silly like, oh, you know, you leave a sword and a devil fruit in a room for a while, and then they just happen to, I don't know, commingle? I don't know what the answer is going to be. Maybe it has something to do with fruit juice. You know, maybe you squeeze the fruit onto the sword, and then that's how it eats a devil fruit. I don't know. I'm just throwing out theories, guys. But yes, the Cerberus fruit is what Shamrock is rocking, and I love it because this already puts him at a certain level. His sword has a mythological fruit. We're not even talking about Shamrock, right? You include Shamrock in on that and include whatever wacky powers he might have. Oh my god, it's like a what, 2v1? Or would you consider that a 4v1 because the Cerberus has
3
heads? Hey, I don't know. I have no clue. So yes, that is the Shamrock portion of the chapter, but now we cut over to Luffy, Zoro, Nami, and Roto. And of course, last chapter, they ran into the injured guards, the guards that got beaten by Gunko and Shamrock, and they tell Luffy that Shanks is on this island, and Shanks is the one who attacked them, and that makes sense. Because let's be real, Shamrock, if it's the same guy from the Reverie, he has the same voice as Shanks. He has the same red hair as Shanks. He has the same stubble as Shanks. It makes sense that people would get them confused, right? The only thing Shamrock is missing is the scar and, of course, the missing arm. I know that those are some noteworthy features to be missing, but let's be real. Like, would you rather believe that Shanks just regrew his arm or that Shanks has a celestial dragon twin brother? Like, those are both kind of absurd, right? So yes, the guards thinks it's Shanks, but Luffy denies it. He says Shanks would not do this. And that is when we got the man off the coast of Elbaph, the mystery character that Oda has been teasing for a very long time. The guy with the Casa hat. And he's here in the castle. He shows up behind Luffy. And I'm not too sure what the conversation is all about, but it is regarding Shanks. And the guy says that the Roger Pirates are Shanks's family. Of course, this is One Piece. You know, we know that Oda loves to push that the family that loves you is better than your blood family, right? Blood doesn't mean everything. So this person kind of reiterates that, saying that the Roger Pirates are Shanks's real family. And it seems like, or at least this is how the leakers word it, but it seems like this man is a part of Roger's crew. Who could it be? Who could it be, guys? You tell me. But I think, hot take, guys, hot take. I think there's a good chance this person is Scopper. We're going to have to meet Scopper eventually. Why not here in Elbaph? I think it makes sense, but of course, it doesn't seem like it is confirmed yet. So anything's on the table. Oda could still pull a 180. Oda's hiding this for some reason still. But yeah, the Scopper theories are looking really good coming off of this chapter. So now that Luffy has learned about, this Shanks impersonator, I wonder what his next course of action is going to be. Is he going to immediately go after Shamrock because he's sullying Shanks' good image? I don't know. And also, it's interesting that this person knows about Shanks' real family, right? So again, that further reinforces the fact that this person is an old head. They were probably around on God Valley. They probably know about Shamrock and maybe even Garling himself. So yeah, there's a lot of good stuff brewing here. And now onto the last parts about the chapter. But we get Frankie and Robin uncovering history. So it turns out that Frankie and Ripley are inside of the Atom Tree, and they find a giant mural that was actually drawn during the Void Century, which is huge, right? Something drawn during the Void Century, massive, massive, massive. And then we cut over to Robin, and she instantly starts translating the Harley text of Elbaph. Her and Saul are on a mission, and what did we expect, right? I mean, well, technically, I thought that Robin would take some time before she could translate the text, but no, she could just read the Harley text, guys. It's Robin we're talking about here. And in that book, in the Harley book, it talks about the two old wars of the world and how a third war is approaching soon. Yeah, I was wrong. I was on the fence on this, and I said, oh, maybe the war was only about Elbaph. Maybe because Elbaph is so massive and they refer to each realm as worlds in and of themselves, I'll say, oh, maybe it's just a war that engulfed Elbaph. But nope. It is a war that confirmed has taken place all around the world of One Piece. Insane. And now I'm just kind of wondering, what were those wars like? We know that one of them took place during the Void Century, right? Emu versus Joy Boy, the 20 Kings, all that good stuff. We know about that. But what was the first war? Are we talking about, primordial days? The actual Sun God Nika versus some other mythical beings? I'm not too sure. And then as far as the third war goes, the war that will engulf the world, I think this is what Whitebeard was talking about during Marineford. Because Whitebeard's final words before saying that the One Piece is real was that the world government and the Navy feared the day when the war that would engulf the entire world would commence. But yes, amazing chapter, y'all. Crazy, crazy revelations. Let me know what you thought about this chapter down below. What are your theories surrounding it? What are you most excited for? How do you feel about Shamrock having the freaking Cerberus fruit? How do you feel about the twin brother thing being actually confirmed now? I would love to hear all of those thoughts down below. And yeah, that's it for me today, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Again, I really appreciate your time. And also, shout outs to Felix over on TikTok. I saw him make a post and I was actually in the video. It was kind of crazy to see. So major shouts to him. And yeah, it's time to go back to bed. It is 8 a.m. You know, I was laying in bed, but like how Shadow the Hedgehog senses a Latina is nearby, I sensed that the spoilers dropped and I rocketed out of my slumber and here I am. But now that we're done, I'm going to sleep. Well, catch you guys later. Peace out, y'all. Oh, hey you guys, real quick, wanted to add in one more thing I forgot to mention, but this is another big part about the spoilers. But you may have heard, but there is no break next week. That is right, we're getting 4 chapters in a row. This has not happened since the end of Wano. How many years has it been since Oda has released 4 chapters back to back to back to back? It's crazy. Oda is starting 2025 off with a bang, and we're here for it. But yes, again, thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys later. And shoutouts to anybody who plays Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle because the 10th anniversary is today. So hopefully you pull whatever character you want. I am personally pulling for Vegito, and then I want to go for a Super Saiyan for a Goku. But yes, that's like a side tangent. I don't know how many people here play Dokkan Battle, but major shoutouts to anybody who does.